Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Scott.
I'm John.
And we're married.
Yes.
We've only had 3 fights getting this whole shebang set up for this.
Our fights are so lame. Just so you know.
And they're very codependent, and that might be...
You're codependent.
51% me, 49% you.
Baby, you're more codependent than I am.
I'm a lot more codependent. So, we were gone last week.
Yep.
Because we were in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Visiting your family.
Yes.
Did we get any video
No.
to show for that?
We did not. We didn't do the knitting in the car video. We didn't do...
We did some pictures, though.
Sure.
From where we got married.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
And through the magic of editing, I have already started showing those over the top of what we're talking about right now.
That's amazing. So we got married in Chautauqua, which is in Boulder, Colorado. It was very lovely. It was about 5 years and 3 months ago.
Yes.
So we had not been back there since we got
what is
married.
the date today?
July something something.
Is it the 19th?
I think so.
If it is the 19th.
Which I think it is.
It is our 11th dating anniversary.
Yay!
You're excited about that, right?
It's so...
Please be excited.
I'm excited
I'm
about
not
it.
codependent, though.
It's just, you know, as anniversaries.
Don't
wedding
break,
one is...
Don't break my heart.
The wedding one is the one I remember, and...
Yes, but now this is officially the longest relationship I've been in.
Oh, yay.
I think after 6 months, we passed your longest relationship.
No, that's not true at all.
Yes, so. And we love each other
We
very
do.
much, right?
Wait, fight number 4 happening.
So we had a lot of fun. We did a road trip.
Yep, we got some road knitting, road knitting done,
Yes.
which was nice. And yeah, there's
A lot of road knitting done.
quite a bit.
Road trip knitting.
You know, I think
we did a good job of balancing it out of
yeah, for sure.
spreading it back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, it's tough because you make the decision while you're driving, like, do I want to knit or do I look at the scenery? And
While you're riding in the car, not
yes,
while you're driving.
while you're riding
do
the car.
I want to look at the scenery or do I want to knit?
Right, and so the hard decision of what you want to do.
Oh, right.
And I mean, most of we just chose to knit.
Yeah, since it was Nebraska and there
Right.
is no scenery.
There is scenery. It's just very, very.
It's the same
It's
mile.
the same. It's like those little cartoons that just repeat the loop over and over again.
The same mile of backdrop over and over again. Sorry for those of you in Nebraska, but I think you don't up to that.
Yeah, no. I forget her name. One of our
Frequent viewers.
or followers. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Doesn't matter.
The other thing.
That can get edited right out because that's just garbage.
The other thing too is I was talking to somebody whose parents used to live in Denver. He's from here, but he said the worst is when you're on your way and you get to the Colorado border because you think, oh my God, we're almost there, and you've got 2.5 hours or so left to drive before you get to Denver.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how road trips go, though. So
It
we had a
is.
lot of fun. We we have a nephew who's 16, twins who are 14.
Sure.
Or they're 14.
13?
13. So Luke is the 16-year-old, Aaron and Patrick. And then from his brother, there's Anson and his sister Aviana, who are
5.
8 and 6. I asked
Yes,
them.
8 and 6. Yeah.
8 and 6, yes. I think, yeah. I
It's
remember
easy to
when they
remember
were born, so.
Well, and it's easy to remember her birthday because
So her birthday is easy to remember
because her birthday is May 1st and our anniversary is May 2nd.
And her first birthday was the day before our wedding.
Right.
And so we like to tease her that she
graciously allowed us to crash her birthday party.
Right. and I had forgotten that during your brother's best man speech that he made the comment about, I'm so glad that everyone's here to celebrate Aviana's birthday.
Right.
All
Right.
80 or 90 of our guests. So we got lots of knitting stuff.
Yep.
We did not watch an Angela Lansbury movie.
We did not. We thought about it this morning and then napped instead.
Yeah.
So that's why she's not here, because normally, we got that picture, but I feel like if we're not going to talk about her movie, we didn't watch a movie, I don't need to reproachful eyes.
I had this whole thing in my mind set up where we were going to have her set up, but I was going to cover her face and say that we didn't watch her movie or something.
Right.
But
She'll be
I left
okay.
her picture inside.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so what was the name of the movie we were going to watch? Kill
Murder
Me,
Me,
Please.
Please.
Murder Me, Please.
Yeah. So that's going to carry
Murder
over.
Me, Please.
That's going to carry over to next week.
Yes.
So, and we will watch it next weekend.
Yeah, or during the week.
Right, at some point.
At
We
some
just
point.
didn't have the...
We did do a lot of yard work today, and that caused napping to occur.
Indeed. So.
Yeah. So we've got lots of knitting stuff to talk about, though.
So what do you have? I have 2 finished objects, 1 work in progress, and 1 disaster.
That's right. I have 1 finished object, 1 almost finished object, and then another work in progress.
Okay.
And then my knit-along project, which I still haven't touched, even though Rusty from Rusty Knits has figured it out for me. I just haven't gotten back to it.
You have 11 days.
I'll be honest. Okay, so we'll talk about this in a little bit, but now that my brother and his wife have had their baby, which I think we talked about, didn't we?
Yep.
So his name's Santiago. Now that Santiago is in the world, I think he's going to end up hijacking like all my knitting, and I'm going to do nothing but knitting baby stuff for
A little bit.
a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway,
Great.
so do you want to start? Why don't you start with your finish since you've got 2?
Yeah, sure. So this is my Sockhead Cowl.
Oh, that's right. You finished it.
I finished it. The pattern is the Sockhead Cowl by Mary McClure. Let me just double check that's correct. When I did the finished object post on Instagram, I tagged her, Kelly McClure, sorry, of Boho Knits, and she responded in the comments, which I always really love, as did the yarn designer.
Oh,
which is really fun.
That's cool. That's the Herd of Cats person.
The Herd of Cats person. She goes by Hook My Loop on Instagram. And so,
How fun is that?
Here it is. Sockhead Cowl. So.
Oh, and we did get your feedback that you guys want to see things up close.
So we're gonna,
through the magic of
television.
editing, I will be.
Yeah.
You can hold it up. I think that's a good idea, but then I'll also insert close-ups over top of it.
Yeah, for sure. So the whole point of this is to do...
Can we hold it?
Yep. Is to knit basically a skein of yarn. And here is what I'd left over, which I don't think is bad.
No.
So it's most of a skein, of a single skein of Sockhead yarn.
And did you...
Of fingering weight yarn. And the yard is Road Trip Sock Yarn, Roadside Wonders, Bishop Castle, and she was very excited. The
designer.
I finished this in the middle of Nebraska.
And she's the one that's from Nebraska.
No.
Oh, no, I'm going to let you tell the story.
Don't even worry about it.
No. It was an interesting story.
No. But I'm just, I got it.
You're just like, Scott, shut up. That was your polite way of telling me to shut up.
Here's the line. This
is your side of the podcast.
So anyway, she was very excited that her road trip sock yarn was being used on a road trip knit.
Oh, the base is called Road Trip? Oh, it is, because it's the Bishop Castle.
Yeah, road trip sock yarn.
And the Bishop's Castle's in Colorado, and we forgot to go see it.
Yeah, we'll do it sometime.
Well, your family lives there.
Yeah.
Sorry, my head is exploding with all the weird coincidences.
And then another one of our, so I posted this picture of the Sockhead Cowl on the dashboard in Nebraska, and this woman, I forget her name, I'm not going to look at my phone right now, but she lives in Nebraska, and she's also knitting this pattern. So that was fun. So yeah, I think it turned out great.
So the yarn is Road Trip yarn.
Road Trip Sock Yarn.
It's named after something that's in Colorado. We were going to Colorado,
Okay.
and then a different person was knitting that pattern and lives in Nebraska.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just coincidence after coincidence.
Yeah.
So anyway, here it goes, and I'm going to sort of see. This might be a little. Why don't you put it on?
Okay, and then I won't talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
This is the top?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. It feels like this is a looser bind off than this.
Yes.
Oh, that's because it's a cast on.
Cast on,
That's
yeah.
right. Okay.
So.
Oh, it smells good.
Yes, it's blocked and washed, and yeah.
Go ahead and zhuzh it.
Yeah, zhuzh in the back. So you can go like that, and have it like the Kylie Minogue, where it goes up over your head like that. Oh, your ears are in the way. Like that. Or you can just do it like a regular cowl like that. So, I mean, the point is kind of, it's a lot of material, so it's just a lot of gather, really fun. So, yeah, it was super easy to knit. Popcorn knitting. Yay! So, yeah, I would definitely maybe knit it again. I don't know. It was a good project for watching TV and being in the car. Not driving, though. Not while driving. Oh, sorry. Scott. Oh my god. Scott can't talk. Scott can't
Covering
talk.
up my mic.
So.
Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the deal. Here are my thoughts on cowls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like cowls that aren't snug. Because to me, you have to fold them over or smush them inside your coat to get them to provide any value.
Yeah.
This one, even having it on for that 10 seconds I had it on, I would knit this for myself because it's snug. So there's what was the one that you and I both did with all the cabling and the hat that matched?
The Valnar cowl?
The Valnar. That one I love because it's like the top of a turtleneck.
Right.
And it's very snug, and I wear that when we go downhill skiing. This one I would wear because it could fit inside a coat.
Yeah.
But it's very snug. I will knit this.
I also feel like this is more of a, because it's a fingering weight yarn and it's pretty light, I feel this is like your autumn light. You have your light autumn jacket, a little bit chilly, and you sort of put it on for a zhuzh of color.
Right. Because remember there was that discussion that we had months ago where I talked about the fact that I want to be able to wear things that are like big drapey cowls. Like, I want to be that gay that can pull that off.
Okay.
And so to me, my cowls from now on are either going to be very drapey
or super tight.
Or super snug, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, super fun. So it's going to a friend of ours. Probably once this has been podcast, I'm going to put it in the mail to her. She has no idea.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she is a good friend of ours. She's on the board with me in the chorus, and she has like short purple hair, and so this is going to just look awesome on her.
Yeah.
So.
She looks like the Joy from Inside Out.
Yes, and she kind of has that demeanor too.
She does. She absolutely does.
So that's my Sockhead
That's your
cowl.
finished object. Okay.
Oh wait, we told a funny story. So, we took this cowl almost on the road trip, and was knitting it on the way there, and took it into the hotel room. So we stopped in Sterling, Colorado, to just get some rest because we'd been driven for like 12 hours, and or however long we'd been driving.
Well, and we were going to get to your family's house at like midnight or something.
No, and my mom would be well in bed. So we stayed overnight and got in the car the next morning after having packed up, and we got a call from the hotel. And
we're about 20 minutes away from the hotel.
Yeah, and the Best Western in Sterling, Colorado, which they get a thumbs up. They called us because I'd left apparently my Kindle and this knitting bag in the room. So they called us, except they said, "We have a tablet of yours and a makeup bag." And, you know, we of course, like, Scott was like, he's like, "That's not ours. You're wrong."
I was like, "No, we were in room 130. Sorry.
We have a makeup bag. And so, yeah, then I looked in the back. I'm like, oh, I guess it is our stuff. So, yeah.
So John left his makeup bag and his tablet, neither of which he owns.
Yes. But we picked them up on the way back, and I finished and it was funny because literally I had about 45 minutes left to go. And so, it just got put on hold while we were in Colorado.
Right. All right, so my finished object is related to your finished object.
It's a cousin.
Mine is my first Sockhead hat.
Yay.
And it turned out great. I will, of course, be inserting some Zoom zoomed in pictures of it, but I haven't blocked it yet. I'm going to show this real quick. I love the way the top looks with the striping. So I don't know if, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
sort of. Close-ups later.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do close-up. Well, okay, whatever. So this yarn was like perfect because people who looked at it, they're like, it looks like you are knitting it with like you're using different colors to create stripes, and yeah, it's awesome. So I'll model it real quick. Can you zhuzh it for me?
Sure. Here, like that. Just like that.
Stop it. Well, I guess you could probably do it like this too. If you want to make it.
If you wanted to do like but it looks better with the full.
Yeah.
Like over your eyes.
Shut up. Can you zhuzh it for me?
There you go. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I freaking love it. What?
Nothing. It's just your little tail is really cute.
Oh. So, I'm actually going to gift this to a friend of mine, Nate. God, I'm the best with names. Nate, who is teaching me to play disc golf.
It's someone who plays disc golf hat.
It is very much someone who plays disc golf hat. So he's going to he's teaching me how to play disc golf.
So what's the yarn?
Oh, so the yarn is 5 burrow yarns, and the hat is the Sockhead Hat by Kelly McClure.
And it's the colorway is Prospect Park.
Oh, yes.
I know this because I ordered it for me.
Oh, that's right. I stole it. So sorry.
No, it's fine. Yarn is in common.
That is true.
Otherwise, it'd be so much. Could you imagine having 2 separate stashes?
No.
That would be awful.
I wonder if people do that. We should ask. I don't think Ray and Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready do that.
Right.
But yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, that would be a mess.
Yeah. So. She goes by Boho Knits. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
Boho Knits.
Boho Knits. Yeah, I know. I just saw Boho Knits on here on the pattern. I hadn't looked at that before. I will knit 1,000 more of these.
Yeah.
I love this pattern. It is definitely potato chip knitting, and
yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So
it's just a pattern that really I think, and I guess it's just because it's stockinette. It just if you have a well dyed yarn, it just
it's definitely I think this is what you're saying. It's definitely a pattern where it features like when you have one of those things where you want to feature feature the yarn. This is how much I have left, so I'll just recake this or roll it into a ball and
make like something.
I gotta weigh it and see if I could do like shorties with it or something. I don't know how much I have left, so
you do a single shorty.
Totally miss. Well, I could do scrappy socks.
Yeah.
All right. So
I have a finished object.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is actually really fun because it was a unplanned knit. This designer whose stuff I really like, and I've always wanted to knit something by him. His name is it's the instructions for feeding our cats while we're gone. His name is Benjamin Matthew Designs. And he asked for test knitters on Instagram for a new hat. It's called the Quadruple Down Beanie. It is not published yet, but
you got permission.
I got permission, to show it. So it's basically just a beanie. It's knit in garter. But the front has this little, you don't know if you can see it, has a little chevron pattern down the front. And so.
Yay.
I love it. I knit this up in a day and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, you blew through that.
Yeah, it was super fun, super easy, except for the part at the end where I was using DPNs, which I hate. But, that was, the nice thing about the DPN decreases in the hat is, yes, I hate them, but they get faster every time.
Right.
So
I just wanted to, we'll do close-ups, but I wanted to look at the chevron because it's got 4 chevrons which I assume that's why it's quadruple down.
Yes, it is. So I think the pattern's being released on August 1st, so pretty soon. But yeah, it was fun just because like he has a lot of. I have like 3 things in my queue from him.
Oh, cool.
So,
are there other patterns that I would recognize that he designed?
Maybe.
Okay.
He does a lot of hats and a lot of cowls and stuff like that. He has actually a big, huge drapey cowl that he wants test knitters for, I think.
I've never done a test knit.
This was
makes me nervous.
This was the this pattern was, I have a few things like suggestions for clarity, but I think someone else who already did the test knit gave those suggestions. So, yeah, super easy and fun. And I was excited because it's a worsted weight hat, and so I went into our stash, pulled all the DK and worsted down, I did some sorting, and in that thing I found this yarn, which is a worsted weight yarn. It is Treasure Goddess yarn, treasured warmth, worsted weight, and I think I bought this at Yarn Over
in Minnesota.
In
Minneapolis, or technically,
or something like that. But it's this beautiful.
Oh, but you didn't say that.
Oh, and the colorway is Landho. So all of her colorways are kind of pirate themed.
Oh,
I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it's got like a sheep with a peg leg and
a cat. So anyway, I'm wanting to make this, and I didn't weigh this, but I think this took about 140 yards. So I could even make a second one. Maybe not, but
it has 218 yards.
Yeah, so I'm going to weigh this and
100
see
grams.
What's left, because it's really beautiful yarn. It knits up really well. So maybe I'll make some mittens. I feel like mittens might take, or a color work part of a worsted weight mitten, because I love this yarn.
Yeah.
Anyway, super fun. So yeah, watch for the design when it comes out. Just really, really easy, fun knit. Had a fun,
Cool. All right. Well, now for the first in a long line of upcoming baby-related items. So this is my first sweater I'm knitting for Santiago. I've gotten everything except for the second sleeve done.
Oh my God! You finished the first sleeve. Holy crap!
So this is the Flax Light.
It's so cute.
What I did was, because you would knit the flax for yourself, and what I did was I went on Ravelry and I looked at. I lost my train of thought there. I looked at I think it was like baby sweaters.
Right.
Like I forget what my filter was set at. I think it was baby sweaters, and this was the first one that came up, and there's like been 5 million of them knit.
Yeah.
So,
it looks so good.
Thank you.
It's so tiny.
I know. So so that's the other thing is he was born on June 25th, and his due date was like August 19th or something like that. So he's several weeks premature. However, he's doing really well. They said that he'll be in the hospital until his original due date, but he's doing really well. I think he's about 3.5 pounds at this point. So I knit the smallest size, and will most likely not. Well, no, it won't fit him, but eventually it will.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about baby sweaters.
Yeah. So
better too big than too small. But
So a couple things that I remembered to do that I have not remembered to do in other patterns, and that is I did the what is this called?
Ribbing.
The ribbing in
smaller size
needles, and then. But yeah, it's a super easy pattern.
Yeah.
Really well done, and then I didn't need to, but they've got the whole
tutorials
like YouTube
and stuff,
tutorials. Yeah. But I mean, it's self-striping yarn, obviously. But what's fun about it is that because of like you're knitting different things, and the stripes change. As far as like how thick and thin they are based on what part of the sweater you're knitting, and I think that's fun.
And I think it'll be fun to see like what the second sleeve looks like.
Yeah, Yeah,
if you can, I mean, I don't think you have. You said you don't think you have enough yarn to just pick up.
Yeah, because this one skein of yarn, and I'll talk about the yarn in a minute, but this one skein of yarn is like just enough to, according to the pattern, and I don't want to
Run out of yarn.
run out of yarn.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like if I try to get to exactly the same point I was at,
Yeah.
I'm afraid that I'll end up. But actually, I'm close. Looking at the repeats of it's just these 2 rows of that. If I just skip the teal, I would end up back. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh no, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can't. So I'm going to sit and think about that. So, yeah. So I'm obviously loving this.
Yep.
All right. So here is the ball of yarn. It was in a skein like this, but I got to a point where
I feel like that'll be plenty to the sleeve.
yeah. But I got to a point where the skein was falling apart, and so I just wound it into a ball. But this is from Lion Brand Yarns. It is their ice cream yarn, and it's 100 grams, 394 yards, 100% acrylic. And Lion Brand, I think, does, like, they don't always use the term fingering and worsted, and they have like light, medium, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is the light, which I think is close to fingering. I think it's a little bit bigger than fingering.
So sorry about the changes in light levels. We're of a motion detector light. It probably not noticeable, but just
in
case.
we're doing our best with the lighting because we're running out of time. But so this is the grape. Oh, sorry, this is the grape. I've forgotten what this colorway is, but doesn't matter. I'll talk
Fruit
about
punch.
Yeah, fruit punch. But it's the ice cream yarn, and it's self-striping, and it's 100% acrylic. That'll make it easy care for them. So I have another skein, obviously, that I bought from Joann's, and I bought some other stuff that I'll show in a minute, that I'm going to knit another baby sweater in. So yeah, so super excited about that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to, I don't know if I should, well, I don't know. I can't decide if I wanted another Flax Light in this colorway, or if I want to just try another pattern.
another
I think
pattern.
I kind of want to do another pattern. So anyway, I just got that one sleeve left, and I picked up the stitches yesterday for this sleeve. So yeah.
That looks great.
Yeah. So that's that.
Great. And you have other acquisitions?
Yeah, should I go ahead and talk about the
Yeah,
acquisitions? Okay. So I've got this, obviously this grape that's similar to placed an order with Joann, specifically for baby yarn, but then I bought some other stuff too. So I got, like I said, I got these two, which are the ice cream yarn from Lion Brand. Then I've got this yarn, I got 3 skeins of it, which is called Tribu, and it's 100% rayon from bamboo. It's not what I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
It feels almost like silk. I mean, it's rayon, so it's, it's got that slick, drapey feeling. So I can't decide if, because my plan was to knit like baby socks.
Yeah.
But I don't know that's gonna, with this feel of this material, if that's gonna turn out.
Right.
So
you could hold it with something, maybe.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's not what I thought it was. Hi everybody.
We're back.
Location change. We had mosquitoes were eating us alive, and it was getting dark. I just realized we're gonna blow people's minds because for some reason when we're outside, I sit on that side.
Right.
But when we're inside, I sit on this side.
People are going to be like, who's who?
What's that about?
I don't know.
There's got to be some deep meaning to it.
Probably not.
So, alright. So I've got one more work in progress.
Our dog is also going insane, so.
We're trying to record. Do you want to come say hello? Come here. Come say hello. He's not interested in that. Okay.
See, that was the best way to stop being a nuisance. All right.
I have one more work in progress.
I have 2 works in progress and a disaster.
Okay, why don't you do the 2 works in progress? Or why don't you do one of the works in progress, then I'll do this, then we'll do that, and then we'll end with the disaster.
Sounds good, because the
Since
disaster...
the disaster leads into the middle-long.
Exactly. Alright, so this is my work in progress. So, like Scott, I'm doing a baby sweater.
But not with the same baby.
Not with the same baby. So the pattern here is...
It's interesting how much bigger. Okay, I have to buy this yarn.
Yeah.
To knit something for Santiago.
Okay, the pattern is upstairs. So it is the enormous sweater. I mean...
Well, no, I mean, it's whatever it's on the screen.
Yeah, whatever's on the screen. So the pattern is upstairs. I'm knitting it right now. It is a top-down sweater with colorwork. So what I've finished right now, this is the before the armpits.
So do you knit the sleeves separately and then attach them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mind blown.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, bottom up. So it's bottom up. Start right here, and then I've started one of the sleeves, but I'm not very far. This is how much.
Why do you attach them later, I wonder?
Because you're knitting it bottom up, and you can't...
Yeah, but couldn't you just knit the whole Anyway. Okay.
You know what? Every bottom up sweater I've done does it this way, so I'm assuming
really?
or the other ones I've done, I'm assuming there's some rhyme and reason to them.
All 15 of the sweaters you've knit?
The patterns that I've read.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this smells like butter yarn. What?
Try that again.
Smells like butter?
Really?
That's what it's
A
called.
yarn that smells like butter?
Feels like butter.
Do you really want yarn that smells like butter?
Really weird. Feels like butter. In this...
I wish that we could say that we, rehearsed...
No, that was...
Herd of cats.
Smells like
herd
butter.
Herd of turtles.
Smells like butter. I can't believe it doesn't smell like butter. So feels like...
That's Ross's podcast.
Although...
Smells like yarn.
To be fair, do you really want your yarn to feel like butter either?
It's like butter.
I know.
It smells like movie popcorn.
So anyway, this is it's a Lion Brand yarn. It is delightful to knit with. It is 100% polyester, so it has that lovely feel to that. So yeah, so I started the sleeve this afternoon, so here we go.
I bet if I used that... Never mind. Doesn't matter.
So anyway, this is again for our across the street neighbors. They have twins, Dylan and James. And so the first one is going to be this red with the teal dots. And the next one is going to be teal with the red dots. So it is... So I read the instructions for attaching the sleeves and I was super confused. So I will read them again. But I've got 7 inches. This is the sleeve. I have to do a second sleeve. So I'm plenty of time to figure that out. So,
yeah.
And I'm assuming it's not hard because...
And you're doing 6 month to 1 year size?
Yeah.
Because they're a few weeks old.
I mean, I don't know, is that how big a baby is?
Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, the nice thing about, again, is that with baby stuff, you'd rather knit it too big than too little.
I would assume. Oh, well, yeah, because otherwise they won't be able to wear it.
Right. Skin tight baby.
They'll be like, "Hey, girl, check me out."
Yeah. So I don't think that is most people's MO with their children.
No.
So, but yeah, it is knitting right up. This was another one I did a lot of work on in Colorado. So,
yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna buy this yarn.
I tell you what, I'm becoming a fan of acrylic yarn.
Well, I mean, especially for garments like this.
Yeah.
Especially for baby stuff.
Right, for anything that you don't want to do the care for.
Right.
And I guess even with cotton, but I
mean, it ruins the environment and all that, but who cares, right? It's petroleum products.
I mean...
It doesn't cause cancer.
They're not burning it, are they? So, I don't know. Maybe this is actually to trap the CO2 in a sweater.
It's carbon negative.
I mean, probably not. Probably not.
We're trapping We're trapping greenhouse gases into these sweaters.
Right.
We can solve the climate crisis.
I'm sure producing this doesn't have any.
It's carbon negative.
Comes out little fairies making it spin the
oil slicks.
Oil slicks into polyester. Oh well. Anyway, it is going to be delightful. I'm very excited about it. I'm almost sad that I'm knitting two because I want to gift it to them. Like, I know when I'm done, I'll want to give it to them right then and there.
Yeah.
But that'll just be motivation. Besides, I mean, so this has taken about maybe 3 weeks to do. So there's no way.
But you haven't I mean, you knit the cowl, you've knit the Argyle socks. You've not been focusing on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Solely.
So yeah, this will be well before Minnesota winter comes.
Oh yeah.
So, anyway,
which is like next week.
Yeah. Also, not to be whiny, but so look at the baby sleeve. It's so tiny, but you have to knit it. Like there is not a cable small enough to knit this on.
Right.
Like literally, you'd be like,
you have to
do magic loop or DPNs, and we've already talked about my dislike of DPNs. So it's magic loop, which is just like one of those things with a garment this small, you feel like all you're doing is switching.
I know, that's how I felt when I was doing that baby sweater. It was
like,
but then I think the thing about it is when you have something like that, you have to do something to distract you. So when we were doing, John and I have been we're in a sci-fi science fiction book club, and we're reading Starship Troopers in our science fiction book club, and so we did most of it, or a big chunk of it, on our road trip, but we're doing it audio, and so
Magic Loop is perfect for that, because I
feel like you can focus on listening to the book, and you don't feel like
so this is not, I mean, there's color work, and I have to change so it's color work, so I have to change the needles every 3 rows. So, and now there's increases. So it's enough that I can listen to a book, but I wouldn't want to watch TV while doing this.
Right.
So, anywho, that is going.
All right. So my work in progress is just an update on my sock that I'm knitting. So this is the sock set. Sorry. Yes, it's a sock set from Trilogy Yarns. And it is her, she's doing a 3-month Princess Bride sock thing, and it's this colorway, or this set is Prince Humperdinck.
Humperdinck!
And it is 80% merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards, 100 grams. And so I love the feel of the yarn. I love the way it's, I guess you'd say that was pooling.
Sure.
So basically what I stopped because I think I know the length of your foot, but I want to measure it again just to be sure. So I need to put it on a stitch holder and have you try it on, since I'm making them for you. So yeah, that's just an update as to where I'm at. I'll have done some close-ups on it, but doing the Rose City Roller pattern, but with a leg, and that's what I knit socks 99% of the time. So,
hooray!
Yeah, that's what that is.
All right, should we talk about the knit along?
No, because you got to do one more work in progress, then we'll talk about the knit along.
The work in progress is the knit along.
No, that's the disaster.
No, that's what I have left.
Oh, you said you had 2 works in progress and then the disaster.
I lied.
Okay. We've got that on tape. I gotta put this back. Alright, so let's talk about the knit along, and then we'll talk. Both of our projects are kind of disasters right now.
Yours is less of a disaster.
Mine is less of a disaster.
So do you have the yarn?
Yes.
Okay. So we are right at the end, because we said the end of July 31st, of the SweetTeaNoShade Intarsia Entrelac knit along.
Yes.
And sponsored by, sort of, prizes by Trilogy Yarns. So
Nancy in Spokane.
Yep. So
Conquest. It says on here. Spokane, yeah.
Conquest and Titan.
Conquest.
Yep. So those are the if you are one of the lucky winners through random number generation, you will get one of those skeins.
Well, and one is going to come from the finished objects thread in Ravelry,
Yep.
and the other is going to come from... One is going to come from the finished objects thread in Ravelry. The other is going to come from pulled from Instagram posts with the hashtag SweetTeaNoShade.
Okay. I should know. I've been tagging my stuff on that.
Yeah.
So,
So let me talk about mine first, and then we'll...
Yeah.
Yours involves more discussion. So mine is an Entrelac hat, the all squared up hat 2.0, and I got stuck at a certain point in the pattern. I've talked about that several episodes in a row. Rusty Knits knit it in like a second, and not to discount the effort, but he's a very talented knitter,
right.
and he's figured it out and contacted me and gave me all the details, so he's a godsend.
You have 11 days.
But I haven't picked it back up to finish it, which
Right.
it won't be. I'm sure I'll get it done in 11 days. So my hat, mine is Entrelac.
Yep.
And so my hat will be done by the end of our knit along.
Right. All right, let's talk about mine. So I'm knitting a pair of Argyle socks, using a pattern that I found on the interwebs. Here's what happened.
Oh, and let me talk about this for a second. So several people asked about the pattern, and I had a hard time finding the pattern in previous episodes to post a link to it. But I found it in our last episode, which was episode 50.
50.
So the last episode, it's in the link, but I'm going to include it every time.
Which way is that? 50.
Stop talking. Every time you talk about it, I'm going to post it in the description. So it'll be in the description of this episode. But for several first episodes that you talked, you are not here. You don't exist to me. The first several times that you talked about it, I did not post a link to the pattern because I couldn't find it.
So, all right.
Because it's like vintage. I thought it was Purple Kitty, but it's actually like vintage knitting, vintagenitpatterns.com or something. Oh God.
It's actually, so it's not in, please don't fall stitches.
No,
Yeah.
you're gonna
I got
destroy it.
I got it.
Yeah, I don't trust you.
Sure.
With your own work.
Oh, hang on. Fuck. Yeah. Okay, that's not the disaster. So, here's where it is. So, what I'm working on right now is the overstitching. So, which is coming along really, really well. So I'm almost, and I've got one more sort of like line to do. What happened was I was doing the overstitching and at my mom's house, as one does, and realized that one of my so the way I've been doing this is with bobbins, so of thread that I attach using Magic Knot. And one of, right around here, one of my magic knots came unmagic knotted.
It wasn't so magic, was it?
It was crappy magic.
We need to, so I was thinking about this, I'm like, oh my God, what are our options? Like, there's the Russian join, which I want to learn how to do. And I've watched videos on it, but I'm like, the other is you can just pick up the other half of the yarn and just weave both ends in.
So I feel if I'm going to do that, I should just go ahead and just start a new yarn.
That's what I'm talking about.
As opposed to, well, you were saying like do a magic knot, do long ends.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I'm going to do it for the next one, to just pick up the yarn. If I'm going to weave stuff in, I'd rather do that. I mean, you know me, I hate weaving in ends, but it's better than what happened here.
And I love weaving in ends, and he won't let me weave his ends in.
Sometimes I do when I feel like...
I never have.
I think I'll let you do it once. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so this is a lot of ends. So anyway, so anyway, we have this thing where, because it's magic knot, there's no ends. So what Scott is doing is he's pulling out the yarn, he's going to Kitchener it back together.
Yeah, basically I'm treating it as though we cut the yarn to do an afterthought heel. So I picked up the stitches on either side, and I actually think that I picked up the wrong row. But basically I'm picking it up and then unraveling the yarns. Then we're gonna have to weave those ends in that have unraveled because they're.
I am never knitting these socks again. Cursed.
Is it that, or is someone not know how to do magic knot?
Speaking of cursed,
because my magic knots have never come undone.
Whatever.
Just saying. So anyway, I'm picking up the yarn on either side, the stitches on either side, and then unpicking the yarn, and then like John said, I'm gonna Kitchener it together or something. I don't. It's. I don't know if I can. I don't know if Kitchenering it's gonna work though. Because there's an extra row in there. You know what I mean?
So, option number 2. There's
throw this, just
burn this. Plenty of yarn. It will not, obviously I will not, but I could, I have tons of yarn. I can do different colors. So I have whole stuff I haven't used yet. And I can just start over and do another one and it'll go really quickly. Is option number 2. If we think this is irrevocably lost.
Well, because I was like, oh yeah, we'll just Kitchener it together. But when you're Kitchenering something, oh no, that would work. Kitchenering it would work.
Even though it's in a row.
Yeah, because when you like Kitchener the end of a toe together, you're adding a row in between the two that are picked up.
Okay.
So yeah, so that'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna trust you. Yeah. So.
Oh wait, hang on. There's that needle. I don't want that needle. Okay, it's in there. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it. So yeah, needless to say, I'm obviously a little mad at the dirt right now, but this has been. I just think this is gonna be amazing when it's done. The reason this is making me unhappy is I was really excited to at least have one sock done for the knit along. Because I was really interested, basically for the next part, you join this together and then knit it and turn the heel. So I was looking forward to doing that, and I'll still do that, obviously, because,
you made a promise to me.
I made a
solemn promise that you were knitting these socks.
Promise me, Ned.
One of these...
Anyway.
I don't know what that is.
Game of Thrones.
Oh. So one of the things that I've discovered about myself through knitting is that I love, and this probably goes back to being an IT person, is that I love diagnosing a problem and then figuring out a way to fix it.
Yeah.
Like whether it's, like this situation where a magic knot came undone, or like when my friend wore through his heel and I had to replace the heel on that sock, and rather than darning it, I picked up on either side and re-knit the heel. Yeah. So I wonder
if with that little thing, if darning would have been an option too. So I never darned anything.
Yeah.
It would have. Yeah. Anyway, this will be.
It would have. Yeah. Whatever.
It would have created a weird patch, I think.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think, Linus?
Anyway,
what do you think we should
Linus, this is one of the few times a knitting related injury is not due to cat interference.
That is true.
That's good. So yeah, not gonna make the knit along. Never was anyway, but learned a lot.
But regardless, thank you to Nancy, Trilogy Yarns.
Yeah,
excited to get these in the hands of someone to use.
Someone who did finish their project.
Right. Although you don't have to have finished your project to post on Instagram.
Yeah, no.
And that's why we do it that way. What was the other thing I was going to say? So my Entrelac hat, I'm sure I'll have it done. Yeah. So then we didn't watch an Angela Lansbury movie.
We did not.
And we talked about the acquisitions already. Yep. So I think we're...
Yeah, I've got some coming my way, which I'm very excited about.
Who did you buy from?
I don't remember. There's a...
Was it an Instagram trap?
Yes. Yeah. They're all Instagram traps. One of them is from this place called... I can't remember. I got a box of mystery yarn.
Smells like pizza.
Smells like pizza.
Smells like cats.
So it
smells like turtles. Sorry.
Whatever. So I got a mystery box from this one yarn store, and then that's
right. You got a mystery box.
Which I need. So here's the deal. I ordered it on the 3rd of July.
Okay.
And they haven't shipped it yet. And I'm trying to decide at what point do I turn into the person being, where's my yarn?
He says I need to talk to a manager.
Yeah.
Well, it could be that they're getting all the orders in and then they're going to divvy up the mystery part. That sounds weird. I don't know.
No. I mean,
is it an independent dyer or is it a company?
So it's an indie store.
Oh, so there's like a local yarn store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they just reopened on the 7th.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just
cut them some slack.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I ordered some more yarn from somewhere else. I don't remember from whom.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it looks really cool.
All right, so next week we will have 4 days left on our knit-along.
Yes.
And we will have a finished baby sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have repaired your sock. All these things that are going to happen in a week. Yeah, right.
It might.
I have to work a full week next week. I haven't worked a full week since March.
Yeah.
Because I've been on furlough. So I know, wham, wham, cry me a river. But I have to work 5 days next week. I'm going to collapse into a heap at the end.
Yeah.
Cross that finish line.
I don't know if you don't have the endurance to do that anymore. No. But yeah, no, things are good. It was really nice going to Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we can wrap up.
That's about it.
We're doing the Minnesota goodbye.
I know. God. All right.
All right, thanks everybody.
All right, bye.